Matthew 24. Jesus left the temple and was going away when his disciples came to point out to him the buildings of the temple. But he answered them,
"You see all these, do you not? Truly I say to you, there will not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down."
As he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying,
"Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the close of the age?"
And Jesus answered them,
"See that no one leads you astray. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am the Christ,' and they will lead many astray. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed. For this must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are but the beginning of the birth pains. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation, and put you to death, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will fall away, and betray one another, and hate one another. And many false prophets will arise and lead many astray. And because lawlessness will be increased, the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations. And then the end will come. So when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel standing in the holy place, let the listener understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let the one who is on the housetop not go down to take what is in his house. And let the one who is in the field not turn back to take his cloak. And alas for women who are pregnant and for those who are nursing infants in those days. Pray that your flight may not be in winter or on a Sabbath. For then there will be great tribulation, such as has not been from the beginning of the world until now. No, and never will be. And if those days had not been cut short, no human being would be saved. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short. Then if anyone says to you, 'Look, here is the Christ,' or 'There he is,' do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will arise and perform great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. See, I have told you beforehand. So, if they say to you, 'Look, he is in the wilderness,' do not go out. If they say, 'Look, he is in the inner rooms,' do not believe it. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines as far as the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. Wherever the corpse is, there the vultures will gather. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then will appear in heaven the sign of the Son of Man, and then all the tribes of the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send out his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. From the fig tree learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also when you see all these things, you know that he is near, at the very gates. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But concerning that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, nor the Son, but the Father only. For as were the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. For as in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day when Noah entered the ark. And they were unaware until the flood came and swept them all away. So will be the coming of the Son of Man. Then 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and one left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken and one left. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. But know this, that if the master of the house had known in what part of the night the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and would not have let his house be broken into. Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Who then is the faithful and wise servant, whom his master has set over his household, to give them their food at the proper time? Blessed is that servant whom his master will find so doing when he comes. Truly I say to you, he will set him over all his possessions. But if that wicked servant says to himself, "My master is delayed," and begins to beat his fellow servants, and eats and drinks with drunkards, the master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour he does not know, and will cut him in pieces and put him with the hypocrites. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
1 John 3. See what kind of love the Father has given to us, that we should be called children of God. And so we are. The reason why the world does not know us is that it did not know Him. Beloved, we are God's children now, and what we will be has not yet appeared. But we know that when He appears, we shall be like Him, because we shall see Him as He is. And everyone who thus hopes in Him purifies himself as He is pure. Everyone who makes a practice of sinning also practices lawlessness. Sin is lawlessness. You know that He appeared to take away sins, and in Him there is no sin. No one who abides in Him keeps on sinning. No one who keeps on sinning has either seen Him or known Him. Little children, let no one deceive you. Whoever practices righteousness is righteous, as He is righteous. Whoever makes a practice of sinning is of the devil, for the devil has been sinning from the beginning. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the works of the devil. No one born of God makes a practice of sinning, for God's seed abides in him, and he cannot keep on sinning because he has been born of God. By this it is evident who are the children of God and who are the children of the devil. Whoever does not practice righteousness is not of God, nor is the one who does not love his brother. For this is the message that you have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. We should not be like Cain, who was of the evil one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder him? Because his own deeds were evil and his brother's righteous. Do not be surprised, brothers, that the world hates you. We know that we have passed out of death into life because we love the brothers. Whoever does not love abides in death. Everyone who hates his brother is a murderer, and you know that no murderer has eternal life abiding in him. By this we know love, that he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brothers. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. By this we shall know that we are of the truth and reassure our heart before Him. For whenever our heart condemns us, God is greater than our heart, and He knows everything.
Certainly. The Bible provides insights about war and the events that will occur during the end times. Let's explore some relevant passages. Matthew 24:6-13, NIV. Jesus speaks about the signs of the end times. He mentions that there will be wars and rumors of wars, but believers should not be alarmed. These events are part of the birth pains leading up to the end. Nations will rise against each other, and there will be famines and earthquakes. Despite persecution and hatred, those who remain faithful will be saved. 1. Revelation 19:11-21. This chapter describes the ultimate war with Christ as the conquering commander. His second coming will be exceedingly violent. The battle will be just, but it will be intense and gory. Those who oppose him will face judgment, and the birds will feast on their flesh. 2. Ecclesiastes 3:8. While not specifically about the end times, this verse acknowledges that there is a time for war as well as a time for peace. 3. In summary, the Bible acknowledges the reality of wars and their significance in the grand narrative of human history. It also emphasizes the importance of faithfulness and perseverance during challenging times. Remember that these passages provide spiritual insights, and interpretations may vary among different Christian denominations. That which was from the beginning, that which we have heard, that which we have seen with our eyes, that which we saw, and our hands touched, concerning the word of life, and the life was revealed, and we have seen, and testify, and declare to you the life, the eternal life, which was with the Father, and was revealed to us, that which we have seen and heard we declare to you, that you also may have fellowship with us. Yes, and our fellowship is with the Father, and with his Son, Jesus Christ, and we write these things to you, that our joy may be fulfilled. This is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. If we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in the darkness, we lie, and don't tell the truth. But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus Christ, his Son, cleanses us from all sin. If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and righteous to forgive us the sins, and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. If we say that we haven't sinned, we make him a liar, and his word is not in.
Romans chapter 13. Make everybody obey the people where they rule them, because now only God they give authority and put people for power. So anybody where they disobey their ruler, they disobey God, and God go punish them. Because those where they do good, not go get problem with their rulers, so they no need to fear. Make una just do wetin they good, and them go praise una. Because all rulers na God's servants, and na their duty to help you. If you do bad, then make you fear, because these rulers get power to punish you. Then be God's servants where they punish those who do wrong things. But you must obey the rulers, because you know say na im be the right thing to do. Not be because God go vex for you. You must still pay your tax too. The rulers na God's servants, and na their work to care for all this matter. Make you pay everything where you dey owe, whether na tax, respect or honor. Make love be the only thing where you dey owe. If you love others, you don't do everything where the law talk. The law get different command like,
not commit adultery, not kill person, not thief, not put eye for another man's property.
All this na just one command wey say,
make people love others, just as them love themselves.
If you love person, you no go do am bad. So, now love be the main thing wey the law dey talk about. Since una know the time where we dey now, make una dey behave well, because the time don reach when una go wake up from sleep. Una know say the day wey God go give us salvation don near well, pass as e been when we first believe. Night don nearly finish, and day go soon break. So make we stop to behave like people wey dey darkness, and make we ready to waka for light. So make we dey behave well as people dey do for daytime. No go anyhow party or drink too much, then come dey behave anyhow. No quarrel or judge people. Instead, make una wear Jesus Christ like cloth for body. Then we no go do the things wey our body want. 1 Corinthians chapter 5. I don dey hear bad things about some of una, and una own even worse pass wetin those wey no know God dey do. so the man dey sleep with him papa wife, and shame no even dey catch una. Una suppose to feel bad come drive the person wey do this kind thing. I know say I no dey there with una now, but I dey with una for spirit, and I don already judge the person just as I go do if I dey there. When una gather together for our Oga Jesus Christ name, I dey with una for spirit, and Christ power dey with una too. So make una give am to Satan make he punish am, so that him sin go comot for him body, and Christ go save am for the last day. E no good make una dey boast. Una no know say small yeast wey dem put for bread na im dey make the whole bread rise? Make una remove the old yeast, then una go be like fresh bread wey no get yeast, and that na wetin una be. Because our Passover lamb na Christ wey dem don already sacrifice. So when we dey celebrate Passover, make we not do am with the old yeast wey be wickedness and bad belle, but make we do am with the fresh bread wey no get yeast, wey be truth and better mind. For the letter wey I first write give una, I say make una no make friend with bad people, but I no dey talk about people wey bad, wicked, dey serve juju and get long throat for this world. If to say na dem I dey talk about, then una need to comot for this world. But now, I dey write to una say, people wey say dem be Christians and dem dey do bad things, make una not follow dem make friend. Make una not even shop with that kind person. Wetin go make me judge people wey no dey the church? No be those wey dey inside we suppose to judge. Na God go judge those wey dey outside, because im word say, make una drive those wey dey do wicked things among una comot for the church.